Funding for HiQ is provided by Wing to Wing Foundation and the Dutch Miller Auto Group. Today, these two teams begin their quest for this season's championship on HiQ. And now, from Marshall University's School of Journalism and Mass Communications Television Studio A in Huntington, West Virginia, here is the host of HiQ, Ernie Anderson.
Welcome to HiQ, and on today's recap, we bring you Game 7 of the 2024-25 high school tournament, as Ironton takes on George Washington Team 2 to see who will move on to the second round. Ironton High School is located in Ironton, Ohio, and is the only high school in the Ironton City School District, with an enrollment of around 450 students. The Fighting Tigers have had a strong tradition of athletic success, winning 7 state titles in football, baseball, and golf, and having several appearances in the state championship game in multiple sports, most recently with a football state championship this past season. In 2014, Ironton High School received the National Blue Ribbon School Award for Academic Excellence. This will be Ironton's first appearance at HiQ since the 2022 and 23 season. George Washington High School is located in Charleston, West Virginia, and is also part of the Kanawha County School District, and has an enrollment of nearly 1,200 students. George Washington has received numerous national academic awards in its 60-year history. They have also won over 89 state titles in sports and other events. Last year, George Washington's Team 1 made it to the HiQ Championship, but fell just short 215 to 210 to Huntington High to receive the $500 runner-up prize. In the opening round, where correct answers are worth 10 points each, George Washington was on the scoreboard first by stealing a U.S. States question from Ironton by correctly guessing Mississippi and Massachusetts. George Washington then added 10 more points by correctly guessing Alabama on their own U.S. States question, making the score 20 to 10. After capitalizing on another Ironton miss on a math question, George Washington led 30 to nothing. To end the round, George Washington correctly guessed their own math question, bringing the score to 40 to nothing. Up next in the bonus round, where correct answers can be worth up to 15 points, and then teams can advance to the bonus round where they can add up to 30 more points. George Washington added 10 more points to their score by correctly answering hypoglycemia on a medical terminology question, and then added 5 more points in the bonus round about life science. George Washington then correctly answered a multiple meaning question on the 10-point clue, bringing the score to 65 to 0. Ironton then got on the scoreboard, stealing 5 points on a George Washington incorrect answer in the bonus round about states that border the Ohio River. This ended the round with George Washington leading over Ironton 65 to 5. This ends the first half of play. When we come back, we will have the 60-second round and the Stump the Experts round here on HiQ.
It's the New Year's sales event going on right now at Dutch Miller Kia in Barbersville.
For a limited time during the New Year's sales event going on right now at Dutch Miller Kia in Barbersville, get a brand new 2025 K4 starting at just $219 a month. And get an additional $750 in owner loyalty incentives on select 2025 Sorrentos and Sportages. And be sure to ask about no payments for 90 days.
Shop 24/7 at DutchMillerKia.com.
The W. Page Pitt School of Journalism and Mass Communications at Marshall University doesn't simply offer another degree. It trains students to see, understand, and explain the next stories that will define our world. Advertising and public relations, media studies and production, and journalism degrees at Marshall are unique because they are earned by doing, by getting involved in the work, and by understanding the process. Contact us for additional information or to schedule a campus visit. We're ready when you are.
Welcome back to High Q. In the 60-second round, teams are given 60 seconds to answer 10 questions or 10 points each. If they answer all questions correctly, they will receive a 20-point bonus. Teams have the choice of the following 4 categories: U.S. Museums by City, World Notables Familiar Nicknames, phrases beginning with the word box, and 4-letter words with only one consonant. Since Ironton has the lower score, they received the first choice of category and chose 4-letter words with only one consonant. Ironton correctly answered 6 of the 10 questions to tie up the game at 65 points each. George Washington chose phrases beginning with the word box as their category and correctly answered 4 of the 10 questions to regain a 40-point lead at 105 to 65 points. Ironton was able to steal 40 points from the George Washington missed questions to tie the game at 105 points each to head into the final round. In the Stump the Experts round, where questions are worth 20 points each, Ironton took their first lead of the game by scoring 20 points on an audio question about the French national anthem. Ironton then extended their lead to 40 points by stealing George Washington's audio question about Michael Jackson's Bad album. George Washington then cut the lead back to 20 points on a history question about Ferdinand Magellan. Ironton extended their lead back out to 40 points by answering a history question, making the score 165 to 125. George Washington cut the lead back down to 20 points, correctly answering their own history question, with one question remaining. George Washington tied things back up at 165 points by stealing Ironton's Supreme Court question. During the break, there was a challenge with one of the previous answers, which the judges accepted, which granted Ironton 20 points to put them in the lead. Ironton picks up the win with a score of 185 to 165 over George Washington's Team 2 and advances to the second round, where they will take on George Washington Team 1 to see who will advance to the High Q playoffs. Thank you very much for tuning in, and be sure to join us next time for another exciting episode. As Ernie Anderson always says, be sure to adopt a spayed or neutered pet for a lifetime of love, like he did with his dog, Mark Twain. Good day, everybody, and God bless.
Funding for High Q is provided by Wing to Wing Foundation and the Dutch Miller Auto Group. This is Adam Needham speaking for High Q, an Ernie Anderson production in association with Marshall University's School of Journalism and Mass Communications.